I said earlier, I'm Detective Albright, and I came upon you out at Secor Metro Park. And there's something I wanted to speak with you about, and you agreed to come back here voluntarily to speak with me. You're not under arrest, okay? That door is unlocked and ajar. You're free to leave at any time. I just have to tell you all that stuff, and because you see, yeah, and then because you're here talking to me, I have to read you your rights too, okay? Just so you understand that. If there's something you don't understand, just stop me and tell me. So we'll get this out of the way and get down to business. You have the right to refuse to make a statement or answer questions if you remain silent. Your silence cannot be used against you in court of law. Anything you do say can be used against you in court of law. You have the right to the presence of your lawyer during the questioning. If you're not afford a lawyer will be appointed for you before the questioning you so desire. Unless you're willing to give up the above rights, no statement of yours can be accepted, and no question will be asked of you. Above rights stay with you now, may be claimed now at any time during questioning. So that's all that stuff. So I will. I gotta tell people that because, well, that's what it is. So you understand all that? You have any questions about anything?
The only question I got is, what's this in reference to?
Okay, this is in reference to an acquaintance of yours.
Okay.
Well, just a minute.
Got a lot of them.
Yeah, well, let me see something. Yeah, it's the 30th already.
Oh, wow.
If you do me a favor, I'm just gonna just sign right there. It's just telling, that I've read them so you understand all that. Okay. This is in reference to a girl named Allison Roebke.
Okay.
How do you know Allison?
I know Allison because I'll tell you the story from the beginning.
Okay.
I was at the park, like I do every day, and this girl drives in. She's 37, and she got out of her car, and she looked at me, and she says, "I like your car," and she had this terrible, worried, upset, about ready to cry look on her face. So she walked over. I says, "Are you okay?" She says, "I don't know." I said, "What's wrong?" She says, "Well, nothing." So I got to talking to her because I've got some background in social work and some psychology and several other things. Anyway, so she came over, and okay, that was about it. She left, came back a couple days later, and I was still there again, or I was there again, and she came, and I got up and walked over to her. I got up and walked over to her. So, "Are you sure you're okay?" She says, "No, I don't know." She started talking about how she's hears these voices and a whole bunch of stuff. I'm thinking to myself, okay, this girl's not 100% right. Okay. So I figured I'm going to try to help her out, see what I can do. I mean, I'm not professional, so if I can talk, and if she has anything she wants to tell me, that's fine. So we talked, and then we talked some more, and then a couple of times she came and we went out to lunch together, and so on and so forth. And that's basically how I know her.
Okay. So you guys just kind of struck up a friendship, and
yeah.
How long ago was that? When did you first meet her?
Let's say it was probably 2 months ago.
2 months ago?
I didn't take a lot of,
Did you ever take any trips with her?
We had gone several places, like for the afternoon, and most of the time she was, pretty stable. This one time we were heading south, and she got really annoyed, really worried. Okay. And she didn't want to go home, and she didn't want to do this, and so said, "Okay, fine, why don't we just stop in Bluff and get a motel room and just stay there and see how you can go through the night." So we did that, and all night long she couldn't sleep. She kept moaning and this, that, and the other thing, and
Did she have her own room, or did you guys stay in the same room?
Same room, 2 different beds.
Okay.
Got up the next morning, I took her home.
So what date would that have been?
I can't remember, yesterday.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. you wanna pull that down under your nose, I see her glasses are fogging, it's up to you, I mean, it's.
I'm fine with it,
Yeah,
just what the governor wants me to do.
yeah, I understand. 3 weeks ago, it's 1, 2, 3.
I'm thinking it was Wednesday afternoon or evening.
Was it around July 8th or?
Thereabouts.
That was a Wednesday. July 8th was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it was right around there.
That would be my guess, yeah.
Okay. So you're down there in Bluffton, get a hotel room. You remember what hotel it was?
Comfort Inn.
Comfort Inn.
That's
And then was that in Bluffton?
Yeah, well, it's right off the expressway there.
Right, okay. And, so you guys spent the night, and then where'd you go?
Sylvania dropped her off.
Okay, so you guys just stayed in Bluffton for the night and came back?
Yeah.
Where, did you have a place that you were, a destination when you first left, or
You know, it was just gonna be going somewhere to keep her nice and calm and
Oh.
kind of, keep her focused,
Okay.
and it didn't quite work that way.
Right. At that time, I mean, was she hearing voices at that time, and?
She did on and off. She said, my voices told me this, my voices tell me that. And I mean, this is all through our relationship.
Okay.
And,
Well, specifically that drive down there to Bluffton, was she saying that she's hearing the voices at that time, and?
I'm trying to remember because it was often.
Right.
But she kept it in check,
Okay.
I mean, I had taken her out to the airport, to the sheriff's auxiliary out there to talk to them because she wanted to file a complaint
Okay.
about, apparently she was in public housing at a place called Oak Grove, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Somewhere out there, I have never been there. And she said that the people that were out there caused her all this problem.
Okay.
So she wanted to file a complaint out there. She said she had already filed a complaint with your office
Okay.
a while back, a year ago or something like that.
All right. Yeah, it would probably be Oak Hill Lane. Oh, that's probably out there in Springfield Township.
Yeah, Spencer, I think it was.
Yeah, okay. So you guys are going down there, she's having a tough time. Did she ever talk about harming anyone? Okay. What did the voices that she talked about, what did they tell her? Did they tell her to do anything?
They just said that she was in trouble.
Okay. What would she be in trouble for?
I'd say, Allison, what are you in trouble for? I'm just in trouble, I'm in big trouble.
Did she have any medical conditions?
She had, several years back, she had a gastric bypass. She was quite heavy apparently.
Okay.
And she's down to about 160, 170 pounds. She looked good.
Yeah.
5'9". And she also had some back problems. And that brings me to this thought. She had been seeing a pain doctor for her back.
Okay.
And she was supposed to have a procedure done on, what was it? The 23rd, I think? No. Crap, I don't remember. It was supposed to be a couple weeks ago. And don't ever retire because you can't remember anything.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah. Anyways, she was supposed to have her procedure done, and, she was gonna probably have some sedation done, so she asked me if I'd take her and bring her home. I said, sure, fine, not a problem. So I was supposed to be there at 9 o'clock at her house, and it was on a Monday, and I got there at 9 o'clock, and her car was there, her mother's car was there, and so was her dad's, and I waited for about 10 or 15 minutes, and she didn't come. I don't want to go pounding on the door.
Mm-hmm.
I called, no answer, and then I texted her, no answer there. So I waited for, I think probably till 9:30, which was when her appointment was, and then I left. And then later that afternoon, I texted her again, and then the next day I texted her, and that's it, no more Allison.
Okay. So, when was that in relation to when you guys went to Bluffton?
Bluffton was, I'm thinking, on the Wednesday, and this was the next Monday.
Okay, so
That would have been
Well, in relation, so the beginning of the month would have been the 4th of July, if that helps you to put things in perspective as to when things occurred.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I know that this was just a couple of weeks ago,
Okay,
so with the doctor's appointment, and it was a week before that the trip took place.
so a week before the doctor's trip, and you didn't see her for the
I
doctor's trip?
haven't seen her, I haven't seen her since.
Okay.
She's supposed to have another one coming up on the 13th, I think, of
Okay.
August.
Have you,
But
you haven't seen her, but have you talked to her?
Nope, no contact at all, so I figured, okay, maybe she's just didn't wanna deal with me anymore.
Okay. Did you ever, have you stopped out at her house since then to
No, I
see
have
what's
not.
going on with her?
No, I have not.
Okay. Do you have any guns? Do you have any firearms?
I do not, yes, well, I own one, and this is probably the biggest mistake, well, not the biggest, one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. She had been in the shooting.
She what?
In the shooting into like
Oh.
firing range, she said she and her cousin had done that.
Okay, have you ever seen her do it though?
I've never seen her shoot,
Okay,
but she wanted a gun, but she's afraid that she couldn't get one.
why would that be?
Because she had a history of being in a mental institution.
Okay,
But she said it was only for a couple days.
okay,
So I said, okay, fine. So I didn't have any money, so she went and paid for it, and that's under my name. She's got the gun, and I've been upset about this ever since.
so
It's a 22 pistol.
okay, so,
Single action.
so, she wanted a gun. She was fearful that she couldn't pass the background check
Yeah.
because of her mental health issues.
I should have just kept the gun with me and been done with it.
And she gave you the money for the gun?
Yeah, well, she paid for it right there.
Okay. Where did you purchase the gun?
It's at Deco.
Where's?
Downtown Pennsylvania.
Okay, over there on,
Maine and.
yeah, Maine and Monroe. Okay, yeah, small little local place. Do you know when you bought that gun?
This was a few weeks back. I do have a receipt in the car.
Oh, do you? Okay. You could estimate when was it?
Probably a week before the Bluffton trip.
Okay. So a week before, and what was her reason for wanting it?
Just so she could shoot, targets.
Okay.
And she says, I said, I'm a little concerned about this, Allison. She says, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go target practicing. In
Okay.
fact, she wanted to go over to Cleveland's and, run some time on the range and, just to get in practice.
Okay.
And we just never got to that.
And,
I mean, I'm not a gun person.
okay.
Yeah.
Is that the only gun you've ever
I've
purchased?
I've never owned a gun before.
Okay.
Is there a problem with the gun?
Well, when you went to ADCO, did you go anywhere else? I mean, was there any place else you guys went to purchase a gun?
Oh, we went up to this place in, I don't know if it's Bedford or Lambertville.
Okay.
And, well, first of all, I would never want to go up there anyways, because it was a very, very, very right-winged place and I'm a right-wing person.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was okay there, but, he didn't have anything anyways. Apparently there's a big problem with buying handguns now,
Okay.
just because there's not available.
All right. So she had told you that she was in big trouble. Did she say she was in big trouble with a person or something? Did she ever expound on
Just
it?
these people that have gotten control of her. They control her sleep, they control her bowels, they control everything.
Okay. So, let me ask you this. So, here she is telling you all this stuff. Do you think it would be a good idea to buy a gun for her?
No,
Okay.
No.
Why did you?
I don't know.
Allison's dead.
Oh, shit. Self-inflicted?
Mhm. wanna guess what gun she used to do it?
The gun that I bought.
Did she tell you she wanted to commit suicide?
No. If she would've said that, I would've never even thought about that.
Do you understand that you filled out several forms when you purchased that firearm? And that a background investigation was completed? And what you did is referred to as a straw purchase. Someone purchasing a gun for someone who doesn't have a legal right to do so. That in and of itself is illegal.
I can imagine that.
And now, she's dead. And the family wants answers.
So does that make me an accessory?
Well, I don't know, Jerry. I just have to say though that it
Doesn't look good.
it doesn't look good.
When did this happen?
July 8th. How do you feel about all this, Jerry?
Oh, I feel terrible. Beyond terrible.
Now is the time to tell the full truth, okay?
That
Because
is-
okay, allow me to
Go ahead.
finish. This is just the start of this investigation, and the reason why I spoke with you is because when I look back at where she had been and who she'd been with, I was told that she had been with you and you guys had gone out of town and it sounded like you had this little friendship. And then on July 2nd, you purchased a firearm. On July 8th, she used that firearm to kill herself. And it circles right back to you. So here's a girl by your own admission. Here's voices. People are after her. It sounds like you understand that she wasn't psychologically with it. You purchase a firearm for her with her money, and then she kills herself. That's a problem.
That is a problem. I mean, it's a bigger problem than just me.
So, did you know she had killed herself?
No. In fact, I was waiting to see if I'd hear from her again about this next doctor's appointment.
Do you ever stop out at her house?
I haven't been back there since that day that I was supposed to take her to the doctor's.
And what, was that after the 8th?
Yeah, that was like 2 Mondays ago.
Okay. So you went out there?
Yeah, because I was supposed to pick her up.
Okay. Did you knock on the door?
You know, I didn't want to bother her parents. I just,
What day was that?
it was on Monday. I think it was the 13th.
Was there any family there that you could see?
All I knew was their mother's car was there, and so was their father's.
Did you ever make contact with them?
I talked to her mother. I never got a chance to talk to her father.
Was this before?
It was before, yeah.
Okay. And when you talked to her mother, was it on the phone or in
No,
person?
it was in person. She came out of the car and we chatted for a few minutes. Allison went in the house to get something or other.
Was that when you guys went out of town to Bluffton?
No. That was like a couple days before that, I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, how many times did you go to Adco Firearms?
I think it was, may have been twice that same day. It was
Okay.
the one time they went to that Michigan place and they came back because there was nothing up in Michigan.
Okay.
And she actually wanted a bigger gun. I said, no, what do you need a bigger gun for to shoot at targets?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna hurt anything to shoot a bigger gun, but, this is just 22.
Right. Did she ever made a comment about harming herself
No,
to you?
no. I've got enough psychology background to understand that, you know, if people are talking or have suicidal ideation, you get away from that.
Well, if you've got enough, background in psychology, then you should know then that someone who hears voices and tells you that someone is controlling their bowels and all these things, it seems to me,
so right,
that it wouldn't, that should tell you that they've got a lot of things going on, and a firearm is probably not the best thing to introduce to their life.
You know,
Is it?
you couldn't be more right, you know, and I don't know what behooved me to even go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was trying to be friendly with her so she would try to be, you know, straightened out, but apparently that was the wrong thing to do, very wrong.
Did you have a sexual relationship with her at all?
Absolutely not.
Did you hope to?
No.
No.
No, she's half my age. Well, I guess that doesn't mean anything, does it?
No.
No, I did not, and I would not have.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to add to this whole situation?
Just that I'm devastated by it. I'm devastated by what she did, and I'm devastated by what I did. And there was I would never have any intention of harming, any harm coming to her.
Well, so before I spoke with you, I did a little research and I saw that there was a report filed by someone at, was it UTMC? Did you work at UTMC or?
Yeah, I worked there for years.
All right, what did you do there?
I was a critical care respiratory therapist.
Okay. Did you have problems with anyone there?
No.
Well, someone had filed a report that said that you used to get kind of agitated and you would kind of corner people and scream at them about things. This is coworkers, and one particular person felt threatened by it and filed an actual police report. And it's my understanding that the administration was going to speak with you about this. Do you recall that?
At UTMC? No. No, I retired from there.
Yeah. Well, it was a while ago, 2010, I think the report was filed.
I retired in 15.
Okay. Did you have a problem with your temper?
No, I'd get upset if something was, you know, if somebody attacked me, or not attacked me physically, but, you know.
Yeah. Get defensive maybe and.
I could get
Okay,
defensive, but I
okay.
would never threaten anybody. Never.
Okay.
I'm very, very passive.
All right. So you're going through, you said you have Parkinson's, correct? Now how long, when were you diagnosed with
I was
Parkinson's?
diagnosed on May 20th of 15.
Okay.
Doctor said I've had it for 7 or 8 years before that, because that's the way it works.
So it's a big change in your life. You know, I can only imagine what you go through.
That's a pain in the ass.
And Allison was going through some similar things. You know, she had, was it MS?
Yeah.
Okay. I would think someone with MS who hears voices that tells her to do things and that's controlling her bodily functions might express that they might just want to end it all.
Yeah, but she never said that. She never said that. And I think if that were the case, if she started talking like that, I would head over to the hospital with her. You know, 'cause I had
Unless you thought you could fix it.
No, I can't fix that stuff. I'm not qualified for it. I've got a son, and thank God he's okay now. He's 32, who was suicidal for a while in his, you know, early teens.
Mm-hmm.
And I've taken him to the hospital a couple times.
Do you have any suicidal thoughts?
Oh, right, no, not really. I don't.
Well, you either do. I mean, you know, a lot of people do. Most people go through tough times in their lives.
Well, I am now too, because I'm going through a divorce on top of it.
Right.
So, you know, my thoughts is, you know, this too shall pass. I'll get through this,
Mm-hmm.
and I always have.
So you're telling me that she never expressed to you that she wanted to harm herself?
No.
Because someone could easily draw the conclusion that someone who's going through all this psychological trauma, would consider something like
In
that.
fact, you know, I told her many times, I said, her doctor, her psychiatrist, Dr. Singh, I said, have you talked to him lately? Well, I got an appointment to talk to him over the phone because of the COVID thing. I said, well, you know, what does he tell you to do? Does he change your meds at all? Well, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. Well, you're gonna talk to him again? Well, sure, on this date, you know, so I mean, I don't,
So she was seeing a psychiatrist
yeah,
and she was on medication for her psychiatric issues, okay? Okay. Do you have anything else to add to this that?
yeah, detective, I sure wish I did. I sure wish I did. It's not like we spent every day all day together. I haven't known her for like years. It's only been a couple months,
Okay.
and I'm just beside myself with the whole situation.
Where are you staying right now?
I'm staying at my friend's house.
What's the address over there?
6216 Sassafras Lane, Toledo, 15.
Toledo 15. What's a good phone number for you?
Well, that depends. I lost my phone this morning. In
Okay.
fact, that's what I was gonna leave right from the park to see if it's at the house.
Okay. And who's your phone service with?
Verizon,
All right.
wireless.
Do you recall what Allison's phone number was?
It's on my phone.
Okay. All right.
It's got 6s in there.
Okay. You
I think it's Verizon also, but I'm not sure.
you're staying with a friend over there?
Mhm.
Okay. So you're telling me that she never in person expressed a willingness or desire to harm herself?
No,
Did she ever do that via phone message, on the phone, or via text message? Because if I look at her text messages, in your text messages, obviously it will show me what
What she
she's
said.
been talking about.
no, we never texted that much.
It's-
Because I'm not a text person.
Yeah,
I got trouble
right,
and I spend half the time that I'm texting, you know, deleting and redoing.
Right.
You know, that's mine is just, you know, a few words, this is it, coming to a kept or not coming to a kept or whatever.
Right. Okay. What's your date of birth? And your social? All right. Anything else? Is there any reason that I would find something where there was a conversation with you where she said that she wanted to harm herself?
You know, I can't recall everything that she said to me or I said to her, but there is nothing that I can even try to think of that would have indicated that.
Okay.
I mean, all that I was there for with her was to help her feel better. I tried to suggest to her that she went back to her psychiatrist and did more time with him, you know, but I couldn't make her do that.
All right. Okay.
So she did this on the 8th.
Mhm. If there's anything you need to tell me, now's the time.
I wish I did. I wish I had more to tell you, honestly.
Okay. Because
This is the worst thing that I've seen a lot worse things because I was working in emergency room, but I've never been through emotionally anywhere near anything like this. And I would like to tell you more, but I can't think of anything.
all right. I need to speak with someone, and I'm gonna need a couple minutes, so if you don't mind, would you mind just waiting here for me? And okay, Do you have any guns or knives on you? I'm not here with you, I got
I've
it.
got my keys.
Okay, you mind if I check your pockets real quick? If I'm gonna leave you in here, I need it. Alright, I just need it. Is that, there a knife on there or anything?
Just keys.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Alright, there's a lot of people keep knives on their
Just my wallet.
wallet.
I got a few pills in my pocket here that are my.
Okay, alright. Okay, very good. So if you do me a favor and just have a seat right there, and I'll be back in a minute. If you need anything, just go ahead and knock on the door, okay?
Okay.
Alright, sorry about the delay there. Okay, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Try to find somebody to let us out of here. So, you're gonna be on your merry way, okay? I'm gonna do some more investigation.
I'm
into
so
this.
sorry about this. I mean, you know, I know this is your job, but I am so sorry about Allison. I'm so sorry about the gun. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. I would have rather she used it in a holdup or something like that.
Right. It's an unfortunate situation for
Yeah, well,
her family.
she's out of her misery now, I guess.
If someone tells me though, that you knew that she wanted to harm herself, is there any reason why someone would tell me that?
Actually, no, there shouldn't be, because, I mean, when she and I talked, it was just her and I together, there was nobody else around, but she never told me anything like that. Like I said, I would not have, I mean, because I was thinking just yesterday or the day before, I'm gonna call her up and see if I can get that gun back from her, because I just didn't quite trust it. Of course, you know, this is not a better late than never situation.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll be in touch. Is there a phone number that's good to reach you? I know you, let's say you lost your phone.
Yeah, it should, I mean, I had it this morning, and I thought I put it in the car when I left the house. I couldn't find it there, so I went right back. I still couldn't find it, but it was kind of, it wasn't dark, but it was still dark in the house. So I'm hoping it's there, because I hate to, you know, I don't need that on top of everything else.
Right. All right, well, let me,
And everybody else's phone number we got in my phones.
yeah.
Oops. I'm not good at busting down doors.
Hey, come open this door up, please. All right, bye. Yeah, we've all done it, so.
You know, if I would have realized, if she was that unstable, you would think that between the psychiatrist and her parents, you know, they would have kept a little bit closer control over, but,
Yeah.
you know, I can't blame them either.
Well, until someone is declared, you know, incompetent and somebody, their caretaker, you know, people have their own rights, you know, they can do what